Okay, this investment strategy guarantees you hit £1 million. I know, that's a massive promise. And in the world of investing, a guarantee is a word you should always be skeptical of. So let's be totally clear, this isn't about some dodgy high risk stock pick. It's not about trying to perfectly time the market, and it's definitely not about inventing the next big thing. What I am going to show you is a proven financial path that makes becoming a millionaire an almost mathematical certainty for anyone who starts early and stays disciplined. This is based on a powerful, undeniable maths that have worked for generations. So stick with me because I'm going to break down why it's so reliable and give you the simple, concrete steps to get yourself on this well-trodden path to seven figures. Alright, let's get straight to it. What's the biggest myth about becoming a millionaire? That you need to be a Wall Street genius or find some hidden stock that's about to go to the moon. That's the movie version of investing. The reality is much simpler and honestly a lot more boring, and that's precisely why it's so effective. The most reliable way to build life-changing wealth isn't a secret at all. It's a formula that financial giants have been shouting from the rooftops for decades. It boils down to this: investing consistently over a long period into the broad stock market and letting the power of compound interest do all the heavy lifting for you. That's it, that's the whole strategy, but knowing the strategy and understanding why it's so powerful are two very different things. So let's break it down into the three essential pillars that make this work. The first pillar is the engine of your wealth. Consistent contributions and the magic of compound interest. Compounding is what happens when your returns start earning their own returns. At first, it's a tiny, almost unnoticeable effect, but over decades, it becomes an unstoppable force that creates an exponential growth curve. Let's run the numbers. Imagine you invest just £200 every single month. We project an average annual return of 7%. We'll get to where that number comes from later, over 40 years. That £200 a month contribution grows to a staggering £514,000. If you can push that to £500 per month after just 30 years at the same 7% return, your pot would be worth around £626,000. The growth in the last few years is explosive compared to the slow grind at the beginning. That's the snowball effect in action. Everyone always says the first £100,000 is the hardest, and it's absolutely true. It feels like a crawl, but once you hit that milestone, your money starts working for you in a big way. The growth really starts to accelerate. Your only job is to just keep feeding the engine with those consistent, manageable investments. So where does the money go? This is where people get tripped up. They think they need to pick the next Tesla. You don't. Pillar number 2 is about the fuel, which is low-cost, diversified index funds. An index fund is a type of investment that simply holds all the stocks in a particular market index. Think of the S&P 500, which represents the 500 largest companies in the US, or a global index that tracks companies all over the world. Instead of trying to find the one winning needle in the haystack, you just buy the entire haystack. This gives you instant diversification, which massively reduces your risk. Historically, a global stock market index has returned around 9 to 10% annually over the long run. After you account for inflation, you're looking at a real return of around 6 to 7%, which is where that number from our earlier calculation comes from. And the best part, these funds have incredibly low fees because they are passively managed. They just track the market instead of paying a high-flying fund manager to try and often fail to beat it. This simple low-cost strategy is proven to outperform the majority of professional stock pickers over the long term. This brings us to the final and most crucial pillar, the blueprint for making it all happen on autopilot. This is where you remove the single biggest obstacle to your success, your own emotions. First, you need to open an investment account. For those of us in the UK, the best tool for the job is a Stocks and Shares ISA, which allows your investments to grow completely tax-free. And to help you get started, if you sign up to Trading 212 using the link in the pinned comment, you can get a free share worth up to £100. You just need to deposit as little as £1 to get a stock like Apple, Amazon or Nvidia for free. This is a limited time bonus that expires soon, so it's a great way to kickstart your portfolio. For the 2025 to 2026 tax year, you can put up to £20,000 in your ISAs. Second, you set up an automatic monthly transfer from your bank account into your chosen index fund. This strategy is called dollar cost averaging. It means you invest the same amount every month no matter what the market is doing. When prices are high, your money buys fewer shares. when prices are low and things look scary, your money buys more shares at a discount. This completely removes the temptation to time the market, which is a loser's game. Studies have shown that trying to time the market often means you miss the best days, and missing just a handful of those can slash your long-term returns. Third, you commit to ignoring the noise. The market will crash, it will have terrible years. That is normal and expected part of the process. Your job is to stay disciplined, trust in over 100 years of market history, and let your automated system do its work. Don't panic sell, don't check your portfolio every day, set it and forget it, and let time work its magic. If you are finding this breakdown valuable and want more no-nonsense guides to building your wealth, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It's the best way to support the channel and cost you nothing. So that's the guaranteed path to $1 million. There's no secret password or no magic trick. It's a simple 3-part plan. Consistently invest a manageable amount every month to fuel the incredible power of compound interest. Put that money into a low-cost broad market index fund to get diversified, reliable growth. Automate the entire process to remove emotion from the equation and stay invested for the long haul. This path isn't a get-rich-quick scheme, it's a marathon, not a sprint, but it is a proven time-tested road to 7 figures. The single most important factor for your success is time, which means the most important thing you can do is start. Not next week, not next month, start today. Your future self is going to be incredibly grateful you did.